but you made it easy when you strapped his body to a chair. So say goodbye to everything you ever knew before, and I'd understand if you went running out the door. And I'll keep you safe, and no harm will ever come to you, I swear. And I'll kill if they even dare. I'll kill, I swear.
Hi, Boo.
Hi, Your Highness.
I am high. Are you high tonight?
No, thank goodness, because...
It did not work out so well.
Not very well at all.
Last night, we tried to record you guys.
Yep.
It's highly entertaining.
Oh, it's funny
you'll
stuff.
Laugh, but we are not going to put that on the public airway. Welcome to Michigan Murders and Music.
Yes, and thank you for choosing Michigan Murders and Music.
Thanks for putting us in your earballs.
Yep. We're going to discuss murders and all kinds of weird details in our gorgeous state of Michigan. And we're going to top it off with a little homegrown music and leaving you with a happy ending and on a good note.
I have to give major props to these people who follow us on Facebook who we don't know.
Thank you.
These are their names. Corey Wass from Marquette. Julie Henderson from Milford, Eric Redmond from Fremont, Matthew Brown, Lansing, Shelley Williams from Warren, Linda Starr Smith, also from Warren, and John Curtis from Grand Rapids. Beer City, bitches.
Beer City.
Thank you all. You're the first people who aren't our family or friends to like us on Facebook, so we appreciate you so much.
Very much. We have an explicit warning that we have to...
For Christ's
there's
sakes,
content
all Friday.
within our stories. Your Highness will say naughty words.
I might swear.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to swear. Let's just count on that.
Yep. Plus...
Blood.
Yep, the content of murder isn't always
killing,
very nice.
Strangulation. Dismemberment.
Children should not listen to this stuff.
Don't let your kids listen to it. First, they shouldn't listen to us at all.
Period. Because
secondly,
we say naughty words and
it's us.
Yeah.
And we say naughty words.
We are not responsible for any of the things that
so if your
children do.
kid sneaks your gin out of the refrigerator, I said refrigerator. That's a Michigan thing.
Oh, what else is
Frigidator.
it? Yeah, it's a refrigerator.
And replaces it with water, and you don't figure it out for like 3 or 4 months later.
Yeah.
That's on both of you.
When I went to get a gin and tonic, I actually went and bought tonic one day and was going to have a gin and tonic, and then I realized...
one of my spawn replaced it with water.
Someone drank the gin
I hope he got sick on that shit, because gin is nasty.
Good. It's pine needles.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of pine needles, what did we do today?
We rode our dirt bikes on a really cool trail wilderness area. It's part of the Manistee Huron National Forest.
At one point, they planted boatloads of trees in straight lines because they were going to... First, it gave
part of the
jobs
National
to...
Reforestation Act.
Yeah, it gave jobs to people, was part of it, and it was rebuilding our forest. Well, they're in, like, straight lines... So they could cut them down for... They were going to use them for, like, light poles or whatever, right?
Actually, it was to obscure our landscape so we wouldn't be as vulnerable to bombers. Yeah.
No shit?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, well, we need to do an extra episode on just that.
We should.
Anyways, we have these little baby-ass pit bikes, and it was fun, and we met cool people
so
that
fun.
all had way bigger bikes than ours.
Everybody was so helpful. We couldn't get one of ours started, and these guys kept coming over and helping. And we finally...
lending tools and such, and giving advice.
Started. And we spent like 3 hours just riding around.
It was great.
Through the woods.
It was fantastic. So, you guys, we have... new stickers. They're bigger. They're about 3.5 by 4 inches.
They're pretty big.
4 inches. If you 5-star us on Apple, we will send you a sticker. Okay, you guys, friends, family, fellow listeners, we got to get this story rolling because it's long. This is going to be a 2-parter if we can focus.
I think
might be a 3-parter if we can't focus. Last night was a train wreck.
We're
so I
actually
listened
redoing it right now.
to the story, and the whole time I was listening, I was like jotting some notes down, and his name was Steven. And then I found out he was like, "Don't call me Steve. My name is Steven." With a PH.
That's a thing. You know, a lot of Stevens are funny. A lot of Davids are like that too. It's like, I'm not Dave, I'm David.
Stephan. With a PH. Like
StepHan.
But you know what? I'm not changing it in our notes because screw him.
Well, you know, we can
he
make fun of him.
doesn't deserve that respect.
Oh, no.
Stephen Grant. He grew up in Macomb County. No, he didn't. He grew up down by Detroit somewhere. He was a Michigan State University student.
MSU.
Go green and white.
Was
definitely...
it is green and white.
Yeah, I got it right.
I know.
He was known as a hard partier. In 1989, in his teens, he was arrested for reckless driving. 70 mph in a 45 mph area.
Mm-hmm.
He also had a concealed Colt. 45 and two zigzags.
It's a Colt pistol.
I'm sorry.
Not a 40.
I couldn't resist.
Not a 45.
So he had no permit. So...
Right. He had his license suspended 5 times between the years of 2002 and 2005 for unpaid moving violations.
Graduated college. He had his degree on the wall in his apartment.
He said he was an atheist and was going to hell.
So oxymoronic. If you're an atheist, you don't believe in hell, you stupid shit. At the time, he worked for a politician as a temporary aide in Lansing. Some dude named Jack. You can look him up if you really wanna. And by chance, he happened to live in the same place, Cedar Village, as Tara did.
Why does Cedar keep coming up?
Oh, my
we
God.
In Cedar Springs. We went to Cedar Motorsports Trailhead.
Which is really
Cedar
far
Creek.
from here. Not really far from here.
Right? About an hour.
So then we have Tara. Tara grew up in the southwest corner of the Upper Peninsula in Perkins, Michigan. She was involved with 4-H. She did the animal things and raised and sold and...
Apparently she was very chatty.
Oh, yes. Teacher said she was a chatty catty.
Oh.
They lived on a 20-acre farm. They had to take... Her and her sister had to take care of the maple syrup buckets and kittens and animals and all that kind of stuff. Oh, they were also in charge of hauling the wood and putting it in the basement. And they did that every year without bitching. I bet they bitched.
If we had girls, I'll bet they would do stuff around the house.
They wouldn't be alive because I couldn't handle girls.
Couldn't either.
She competed in shooting competitions around the state and won. I don't know. Yeah. She also hunted ducks and deer without any problem. She could take them down, gut them. No, Her father was totally verbally abusive to her mom, and her sister were like, fuck that. We're not ever going to have men like him in our life. However, I kind of feel like she did end up with a guy like that. She was also a cheerleader. She ran track. She was first seat clarinet. She was a pianist. Anything else that she could or not do?
Well, she sold shoes at the local shoe store.
How do they even have local shoe stores in the UP? We couldn't find a gas station for fuck's sakes.
Exactly. She graduated 4th in her class in 1990 with all 44 students.
I graduated in 1990 also. We had 280 some students.
I think we had 150 at my
high school. It was a long time ago. I can't remember. Her parents didn't want her to go off to college right away, so she spent her first 2 years at a local community college that I can't pronounce, so we're not going to say it.
That's okay.
Baytonet.
So she transferred to MSU in 1992. That rhymes.
When shit hits the fan, I feel like he saw an opportunity.
You mean Steven with a PH?
Steven
Steven.
Steven saw an opportunity because he was college graduate already. And
he put himself into her path.
They met at a party in 1993. They didn't start dating, though. They just kind of met. And then in August of 1994, Tara's grandmother passed away. And Stephen made the trip all the way up to Escanaba.
That's a long drive.
That's a fucking cruise, I'm not going to lie. For the funeral, and he got there and realized she had a boyfriend. But that was very touching.
Oh, very touching.
Yeah.
This man drove all the way up from the east side of Michigan, Lower Peninsula.
Yeah, that's a cruise.
Oh, yeah. Just to help her out in her time of need.
Yeah, she was so impressed. Soon after that, they became an item, and within a few months, she moved in with him. Oh my God, what kind of psycho does that, Mary?
Mm-hmm.
How'd
that work out for you?
Yes, how'd that work out for you?
Yeah.
His temporary job at the senator's office on Lansing didn't work out. So he moved back to Detroit to work at his father's machine shop making ball bearings.
Get heavy on the balls.
Ball bearings.
Don't forget the balls.
He made it sound like they were a major part of the automotive industry, but really it was him and his dad. That was it.
Just making balls.
So
shiny balls.
Yeah, shiny ball bearings.
Some big, some small.
Sarah moved back with him, and in December of 1996, they wed each other in lawfully marriage. Is that how they say it?
I think so.
Lawfully
wedded each other. I don't know.
They awfully wedded each other.
Did you wed me? He wedded me.
I tried not to. He became like Mr. Sophisticated. He started taking all these chef classes and became a connoisseur of the wines. I'm a connoisseur of a wine.
Yeah.
It's called Witch's Brew. Mm-hmm. It's the best shit. Warm it up in the fall. I feel like he was trying to be like the man of a successful woman, even though he wasn't. I get.
Right.
I get it.
And she was much more of a breadwinner than he was.
Ooh, by a few digits. Mm-hmm. They had two kids. They have two kids by 2007, and they are living in the Thumb by Lake St. Clair. I'm not gonna make Boot put his hand up because I think you guys can figure out where the goddamn Thumb is.
I know where Lake St. Clair is, but most people don't. You want to see it on my hand?
I do.
Okay, it's this one.
Okay.
And it's like right down here. It's
by the underknuckle? By the...
Yeah. But just past this lump here and over...
We really need to video this because I don't think people get it. It's under the thumb-ish.
Kind of. It's Detroit area.
Not Detroit, it's Detroit.
Okay. They have two kids by 2007 and are living in the Thumb by
Lake St. Clair.
Tara's working as a consultant at a Washington Group International.
Originally, she was based out of Troy, Michigan. However, she moved on up that ladder like bitches do.
And she had to move to Puerto Rico.
Had to. I am so sorry. That's a rough move. I'd be like, twist my arm.
I need a surfboard.
I'm so sorry. I have to leave my kids at home with StepHan.
Things are going to get really cool real quick.
So he was mostly a stay-at-home dad, but he worked part-time at this great big ball bearing shop. So he insisted on having, and let me tell you, this is the first time I've ever heard this word.
And now we keep hearing it over and over
in my fancy-ass life that I've lived, au pair. He wanted an au pair. And you know what else? He went on the website, almost like a bride order, and he picked the au pairs, like visually picked them out.
So if anybody doesn't know what an au pair is, au pair, I'm sorry.
Au pair.
It's basically a somebody from a foreign country who you
It's hire. A live-in nanny.
Yeah.
Basically. And they usually want to go to school in the area. Mm-hmm. And
young lady, and if they're attractive,
all the better, according to StepHan. So while she's off in Puerto Rico, San Juan.
It's Puerto Rico.
I can't roll my motherfucking R's. They went through like 5-ish au pairs due to StepHan's inappropriate behavior.
If you touchy somebody, they're gonna say something.
It didn't.
These girls aren't just whores.
Raise flags, though.
They have their own life goals.
Yeah.
It's very unfortunate for them.
He started getting kind of itchy because he was by far not the breadwinner, and he was always home with the kids. Mm-hmm. And if you watch any interviews with him, because he's on every fucking network that possibly existed back then, he's like, I was the mom, Tara wasn't a good mom, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, yeah, trying to call her out all the time.
Yeah, and he was like, she's having an affair with her boss. Guess what? Who is texting the au pair?
Oh, no. Yeah, he's totally just...
Motherfucker. He was sneaking kisses with her and flirting with her. All in his house. In their home. In her home. Tara's home. That motherfucker.
So, Tara went missing.
Wait, what happened the day before Tara went missing?
Yeah, the day before, Stephen had made the point to pay numerous parking tickets, $900 worth. 12 unpaid parking tickets.
12 unpaid parking tickets.
And 2 unpaid traffic tickets.
But guess what?
What?
He left 1 unpaid.
In the city of Rochester, yep.
Which is right where they kind of live.
It's
right
very close.
Near to where they live.
Yep.
So, the day before she goes missing, he pays all of his shit off except for 1.
And there's a warrant out.
Yeah, for his arrest.
Yeah.
So you just...
It's a bench warrant.
You just may or may not have killed your wife, and...
I think he's just stupid.
Dude's a narcissist.
I don't know.
He's
a mess.
Fucking nuts. Knuckin' futs.
Mm-hmm. Friday, February 9th, 2007. Tara was late arriving home.
It irritated Steven because he's with the kids, man. I get that. I used to be like, take your kids, I'm out.
What? No, I understand that.
With my children.
They fought about Tara wanting to go back to San Juan a day early. Why did she want to go back a day early? Because he was being a dick. Well, actually, she wanted... Steven with a PH.
Stefan wanted to go back. Wait, she wanted to go back even before he started... Wait, maybe he was... I don't know. She just was like, I want to go back a day early. And he was like, you're having an affair with Lou, who's her boss. Mm-hmm. And she's like, Lou hoo-hoo. And they fought for like 20 minutes.
So in the meantime, when they're not fighting, he's sexting with the au pair.
He's like fighting her and sexting the au pair.
It's just a classic thing, accusing somebody else of doing exactly
it is, but it gets
what you're doing.
They fought for approximately 20 minutes. He said that Tara made a phone call and left the house in a black SUV. And that's the last he saw of her.
Gone forever.
Amazingly, the au pair showed up just 10 minutes after Tara left in that vehicle.
Well, that's pretty amazing.
That is very...
It's like he said, coast is clear, you can come over now.
It's so convenient.
Mm-hmm. So calls his mama.
Her mama. Mm-hmm. Her friends.
Oh, her mama, yeah.
Her boss. Before he calls the police, which I feel like everybody would do.
Just in case she's over there.
Right. Yeah. Whatevs.
Which could be.
Yeah, they got in a fight. So it took off.
Mm-hmm.
But on Valentine's Day...
February 14th, 2007.
Stefan went to the police and filed a missing persons report. He brought a fucking spiral-bound notebook.
Well, he had his notes, so he could account for where he was.
Your Highness doesn't remember shit. Remember.
But if you need to cover your tracks, you're gonna bring a little notebook.
How many things have we listened to? I have never heard of a dude bringing notebook to report somebody missing. Ever. Not ever.
Right.
Maybe a photo. Hey, this is what she looks like.
Right.
Not a notebook.
I would bring my little pocket pack note.
On top of that, she had been missing for 5 days.
Oh, I know.
He said he didn't call them because when he called her boss, Lou said, don't call the police yet. We're going to have a meeting about this.
Well, this is according to him.
Yeah, according to him.
Yep.
At that same time, he admitted to having that unpaid parking ticket and that he had his warrant out. They just kind of shushed that aside for now.
Mm-hmm.
But he said just stupid shit like Tara works for a...
chemical weapons company.
Yeah.
That's weird.
That maybe she was exposed to tear gas or she could have been kidnapped by terrorists.
Right.
Hence the meeting that her boss needed to have.
Right. He's just totally making all this stuff up.
Dude.
Which is pretty crafty.
When he was in there, they noticed he had scratches on his nose, and he said it was from the ball bearing shop.
Yeah, well, all those balls to the nose. It just happens, you know.
It leaves a mark after a minute.
Yep.
Look at my nose.
Exactly.
I
need to put a Band-Aid on that.
Later that day, the police, whatever, they went out to Stephen's house and they were gathering more information and kind of had a look-see, loo-hoo.
A looky-look.
Looky-loo-hoo aroundy.
Uh-huh. So, he did let them check accounts and a few things on the family computer to see if anything was abnormal or amiss. Nothing seemed amiss. And they thought maybe she never left at all.
That night, he actually agreed to doing a lie detector test, but then he got like a pretty prestigious lawyer.
Briggs.
And Briggs was like, don't do it. Smart thing to do.
Keep your mouth shut.
People judge if you get a lawyer, and people judge if you don't get a lawyer. What the fuck? You're fucked either way.
Just get a lawyer.
Get a goddamn lawyer. People don't take the chance.
The sheriff found out that
her credit card was last used paying for the toll leaving the airport in Detroit area.
nothing as far as phone credit cards or anything. Nothing. They didn't find anything.
Not even from her home phone.
Nope.
Landline, they like to call that.
They heard a whole bunch of voicemails from Stephen on her voicemail.
Where are you?
Goodness.
You need to come home. Tara, just get a hold of me. The kids need to know what's happening. Tara, you can be mad at me.
So
Please don't be mad at the goddamn kids. Tara, where are you?
Oh my God.
Okay, I'll stop now.
So the sheriffs also checked rental cars, limos, driver services, taxis, all of those things, and no one, not one of them, has a record of her using their services.
Because remember, a black vehicle picked her up.
Right.
They also contacted local hotels and whatnot, which probably hard. There's so many of them, but...
Oh, so many.
Nothing came up. And because there was absolutely nothing on her credit card and...
You know, and in 2007, things aren't what they are now, with as far as internet and everything being tied together.
Maybe not, yeah.
Things evolved really quickly. And even 2007, things weren't nearly as
they are now in the 5G world and Elon Musk era.
Everything's just tied together. What are you doing with your hand?
I'm... don't know. It was my I love Elon Musk hand.
I know you do. Oh my God. At least you weren't holding it like a fist.
They were supposedly fighting that Tara wanted to go home a day early, right? That's what Steven says.
When you say home,
I mean
you mean back to Puerto Rico.
Back to the nice place without her kids and husband. But her flight was never changed to an earlier date, and she never boarded her
normal flight.
Her normal flight back on the normal day. So ding, ding, ding.
So upon going public, the sheriffs had loads of tips. One tip.
tip.
Go ahead. was that she was seen on the Wheel of Fortune, and the poor dudes actually had to follow up on it.
Come on.
I know.
What kind of asshole calls on that? I saw her on the Wheel of Fortune.
Uh-huh.
Meanwhile, Steven's like he's being Mr. Narcissist. He is not contacting the sheriff's office, but he is contacting every mother trucking news source available at the time, even Nancy Grace. Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. And he turned on the tears. Can you believe that?
Oh,
this poor broken man. Yeah.
You can't do that, asshole. You killed your wife.
He's a nut.
Nut? He was calling some reporters up to 5 times a day.
Mm-hmm.
They were probably like, oh, shit.
Yep, here he is again. Almost as if taunting the sheriff, like a narcissistic prick who just killed his wife would do. Steve was going to the gas station across the way from the sheriff's department to buy 3 newspapers that they carried so he could look up articles about himself and his story.
Every day.
Isn't that cool?
Same time
3.
of day.
He's probably cutting them out and pasting them on the
Like
wall.
clockwork.
Yeah.
And he's on video. You can look it up. You can see his creepy ass buying papers to read his own press shit. And the sheriff office is literally across the street.
But he
and
never stopped by there.
stops. Hey, how's my search going?
It's all about him.
This is when it starts getting juicy. This is when it veers off from the normal husband kills his wife. Well, maybe they're not. Okay, never mind. They're all
It's
the
all
same.
good. This is when an old girlfriend comes forth.
Drink.
She came forth. I hear the ice clinking in your glass, Mama.
Oh.
To the media with some good old emails sent to her right before Tara disappeared.
Good old
This guy's
emails.
Insatiable. Is he like having sex with everybody in the world?
I mean, he's only 34, I feel like we were probably having sex.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I don't remember.
The au pair was questioned about the relationship, and she blatantly denied it. Nope. I would not do that. So, in this time, the au pair's company yanked her from the home. StepHan blamed the sheriff for doing it. I kind of feel like it was an iffy situation, and your wife just disappeared, and we don't want our au pair in your house, douche canoe.
Remove her from the situation.
Right.
Because what a freaking mess. Involved in a murder?
Yeah. They needed a warrant, but they can't get one because they really didn't have any evidence or probable cause. No bloody knife in a doorway, no rope under the sink, norms. But they had a creepy-ass motherfucker. They, however, had Steven's media appearances.
StepHan.
So the sheriffs watched that shit over and over and over and over again because, like most narcissistic prick killers do, they put themselves in the...
Oh, yeah,
They insert themselves.
Exactly.
Right up the hiney hole. And one sheriff noticed that he kept mentioning Stony Creek Park.
And Her Highness likes the name of that park.
Stony Creek Park.
Stony.
Dude, I gotta go there and get high for real. Let me get high in the name of it now.
We found it, and it's real close to where I used to live.
So it is, and it's huge.
Yeah.
The cool thing is, that was not on the sheriff's radar at all.
Nope.
But he kept letting that slip. Like, oh, we love to go to Stony Creek. Oh, we hiked Stony Creek. Oh, we biked Stony Creek. Oh, we rode our little pit bikes in Stony Creek.
Which we haven't.
Mary got high in Stony Creek.
Which she hasn't. We've never been there. But anyway.
Tell us about Stony Creek, though.
It's a 4,400 acre area. Includes a golf course, nature park, a ravine. A ravine?
Hiking trails.
Everything has a ravine. Yeah.
It's literally 31 miles north of Detroit.
Yeah.
And it's a huge wooded, boggy, normal Michigan area.
That side of the state is there are so many really big, empty areas where nobody lives.
Huge.
You think Detroit's like this just overpopulated area.
It's not.
But you get in the suburbs just a little bit, and it's like wide open and just nature and wilderness.
Crazy.
It's
I want to
really
go
weird.
biking down there.
I know.
Well, the sheriffs decided to do like a small search in an area that would be somewhat probable in a 4,400 area acre park.
Mm-hmm.
So they started a search. A lot of locals helped. There was people on horseback. There were people on their ATVs. People walked, so on and so forth. Everybody did a search, but they came up empty.
Mm-hmm.
Stephen actually asked to help in the search, inserting his narcissistic ass into the search. Okay, I have mixed feelings about this. If you were to go missing, legitly to go missing, and I didn't kill you,
right?
You bet your sweet ass I'm gonna be out there fucking looking for you. I don't care if you guys think I'm a suspect or not. I will flip my bitch switch. And I will be looking for my husband, my soulmate, my boo.
There are differences of the way you go about it. I mean, you're not going to be on Fox News every day and searching out interviewers. You're going to be curled up in a corner somewhere, like I would, crying.
I'd be crying, but I'd be out walking.
Yeah.
These boots are made for walking, and you're my soulmate. So it's yeah. So you're right. You're right. It's because he was on the news and all that shit. So he wanted to help search, but of course, the cop said, nope, StepHan, you are not searching with us today.
StepHan.
StepHan.
Ugh. So 6 to 8 hours turned up nothing.
Nada.
That's
but the sheriff started... Okay, this is like when cops weren't really fond of using the media. So the sheriff used the media and he was pleading, if anybody sees anything weird, please just let us know.
Yep.
And actually, some of the people in his cop shop were like, what the fuck is he doing? Like, why are you using the media? They're our enemy. Turns out, not so much they're buddies. Because...
Yes, the bag.
The bag.
This is so bad.
Oh my gosh. A dental hygienist was chucking along in her daily walk. And she was like me. She liked to pick up trash, which I always...
Oh, it's a great thing to do.
Everywhere we go, I try to pick up a handful of something if I can.
Yeah, it makes everything look better for everybody. So she's
checking along in her little walk in Stony Creek area, and she sees a Ziploc baggie.
It looked like it had blood on it, though.
Kind of under some trees.
Something weird.
So she goes up there, and she looks at it, and it's more bags.
It's like all squishy and
it's got blood. And
multi-bagged.
instead of leaving it there, this brave-ass bitch picked it up. I'm not going to say her name. I love this lady. She's amazing. She cracked the case. She picked it up with a finger and forethumb or whatever and took it home.
Oh my God, it makes me want to puke just
I know. I can't believe she did this. She's so brave.
Oh.
So she took it home, and at first I was like, dude, you messed with the crime scene. But at the same time...
Yeah, if she would have left it there,
maybe
the killer,
he would have came back and taken it.
He was probably watching.
Probably.
Watching his
So she takes
bag.
this home, gets, they did a field test. You can do this field test to see if it's blood or not.
And it was human blood.
And it was blood, but they didn't know if it was human blood. They had to send it to the Michigan State Crime Lab.
Oh, yeah.
And then
MSU.
They said the next day, oh, this is human blood for surely. March 2nd, around 5 p.m., the sheriffs wanted to search with the warrants they had. But the dudes who were on surveillance were like, check. Just a minute, I'm the surveillance guys. Hey, big buddy, 10-4.
Roger.
StepHan's on the move, Roger.
Be advised, watching StepHan.
StepHan's on the move. He's coming home.
Watching StepHan.
We're about to try to serve the warrants there, guys.
Don't tell them.
Don't let them come home. Oh, we're pulling you over because guess what? You have a warrant out for your arrest for that one fucking parking ticket your stupid ass didn't pay. So we're going to put you in the back of our cop car. We're going to bring you home where there's already a bunch of cops.
So this
with
is
a
fantastic.
warrant.
So,
This is not fantastic. It's so
because he's such
fucked
a douche.
up.
So he starts acting really weird. He gets searched.
Blatantly.
He won't even look the officers in the eyes.
And then he's like, I have to take my dog for a walk because he hasn't been home. So
And
he actually goes outside, doesn't take the dog.
He didn't even have the dog with him.
Nobody noticed.
People
Wait,
are busy.
I
It's
feel like
late at
somebody
night.
should have kept an eye on that guy.
Yep. So he went to walk his dog.
He goes to his vehicle and he goes to get stuff out of his vehicle. And a cop actually did catch that. Dude, this is part of the warrant. You can't. And StepHan was like,
You have to leave all your stuff in your car.
StepHan was like, my wallet's in there. I need my wallet and my
Don't you know who I
my
am? I'm
preppers.
StepHan.
I'm StepHan. And I need my preppers. And the cop was like, I don't think so. Move on, StepHan.
Oh, nicely played.
And so StepHan kept moving on. Just
Taking
kept
his imaginary
on
dog
walking.
for a walk.
Just kept fucking walking.
He walked and disappeared.
Okay. In the meantime, the crime lab is in the house.
Mm-hmm.
They're doing their crime labby things. And all the sheriffs are like, we're in the fucking way. It's cold out. Let's go out to the garage where the media isn't, because there were literally helicopters and media on the roads way. And so the cops are like, we're going to go in the garage and probably talk smack and smoke some cigarettes. While they were standing in the garage, one observant motherfucking cop.
Yeah, he sees this big tote that they didn't realize was there earlier.
It said boys' clothes or something on the side. Like I would probably 5 of my totes downstairs say, like, kids shit.
So
They call out the goddamn crime people because they're right inside. They open it up and they find black bags. And the crime guy cuts the black bag, and what does he find? A plastic bag. Exactly like plastic bag that amazing woman found.
So why would he do this? Why would he?
You don't even know what he did yet. I mean, you do, but our buddies that are listening don't. Okay, there's so much weirdness about this. Okay, so 4 trash bags, black trash bags that they find with a plastic bag with, I'm sorry, Tara's family, I'm really sorry, with Tara's torso in it. And the weird thing is, it was like her pants were still on her, and he tucked the pants behind her, and her bra.
Oh my god, it's so disturbing. That's too much detail.
I'm sorry. I know. I'm about to cry.
I think we're gonna take a break right here
And
get some fresh air.
oh my god,
Have a drink. Yeah.
Drink. Jesus, to Tara. She had the most beautiful, naturally curly hair, too.
You know,
a little bit red. Very curly, like mine. So cute. So they know they have their man, right? They just found this torso.
It's just a matter of getting everything together, all the details.
No, this is what happens. Oh, shit. Okay, we've got major evidence. Where's our man? Everybody does the, huh? What?
Right?
Surveillance. The people who were surveilling them.
Oh, they were just standing around
They
playing.
dropped surveillance when they got to the house because there were so many cops there. And he took his dog for a walk.
And just disappeared.
And that's where we're going to leave you guys.
This is fantastic.
There's a torso in the garage. In
Bunch
a
of
tote.
cops. Embarrassed
There's
as
helicopters.
Fuck.
There's media.
And the
everywhere.
dude just walks away.
No dog. Doesn't even take his goddamn
just walks
dog.
away with no dog.
So, you guys, our beautiful listeners, get to wait
Thank you,
till
everybody.
next week for part 2 of what happens in this fucked up StepHan drama.
With a PH.
PH. We are going to leave you guys with a happy ending.
A very happy ending.
Rock and roll. Bleed the Water.
They're very local to us.
Super
and
local.
I had never heard of them until yesterday.
Your Highness
Just yesterday.
played music for them. I played probably 12 tracks for them.
Yep.
And we decided on the track Violence for this one because...
It's very appropriate.
It is super appropriate.
And
these guys are hard-hitting, rockin' motherfuckers.
Yep. And because we have a 2-part on this one, we're going to feature them
next time, too. This is Bleed the Water. The song is Violence. You can find them on Bandcamp, like we did, because we purchased this song. Don't be a StepHan,
Cheers.
unless it's the one on Saturday Night Live.
If you're a Steven, don't be a Steven with a PH.
Exactly.
Oh, I'm sorry to all you Stevens with PHs.
I love you guys.
If we have a
Thanks
Steven with
for
a PH,
listening to us.
I
We
love
love you, Steven with a PH. We're out. Here's Bleed the Water. Violence.
Thank you for choosing Michigan Murders and Music. Please rate the show wherever you listen. Michigan Murders and Music is produced by The Boots. Episodes are researched and written by Your Highness. Edited by Your Highness. Views and opinions are the sole stupidity of us and us alone. Don't blame others, please. Listening to this podcast could quite possibly cause major problems to your earballs and definitely will mess up your kids. Permission has been given to us by the bands, and we purchase our music on Bandcamp.com. Support your local music scene and all local music scenes.